Thar Desert, which is the eastern limit of the Sahara Arabian Desert, extends over 1.3 million square kilometer area. It is the most popular desert of the world and previously known as Thar Parker Desert. In India, it is spread over 2,85,680 square kilometer, of which Rajasthan covers 1,96,155 square kilometer, 62,180 square kilometer by Gujarat, 27,350 square kilometer by Punjab and Haryana respectively. Rajasthan is the main custodian of this great Indian hot desert. The climate of this region is extremes of temperature, high wind velocity, low relative humidity, too scanty rainfall with cold winters and very hot summers. During summers, heat is very intense and scorching, making the region hottest in India with the maximum temperature of 48 to 49 degrees centigrade. During summers, sandstorms are observed. This region receives the monsoon currents from the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea between the period of June to September. The soil observed in this region are mostly sandy with low water holding capacity. Due to low rainfall, the vegetation is sparse and the numbers of species are limited in the desertic region. The vegetation of this area based on climate and edaphic factors, which is classified as sand dune and interdunal areas, sandy and hummocky plains, gravelly or rocky plains, saline habitats, riverbeds, and marshy or aquatic habitats. The most spectacular amongst the landforms in the Indian desert are the sand dunes. They may be stabilized, partially stabilized, or unstabilized. Arva javanica, Haloxylon salicornicum, and combs of Panicum turgidum. The region is also dominated by the herbaceous species like Dipterogium glaucum. On the sandy dunes, Tephrosia falciformis is rarely found with its colonies. This species is endemic to the Indian desert. Indigofera linnae is also observed in this region. Leptadenia pyrotechnica is dominant plant species in sandy dunes. It is the major soil binder and windbreaker, which help directly to combat the desertification. Senna italica, Molugo serviana, Calotropis procera. From dunes, sand frequently trespasses through the wind actions and covers the roads. The sorting action of the wind by which sand particles are lifted and deposited on the dunes results in the formation of gravelly plains. Common and important plants of this area are Gigifus nummularia, Capparis decidua, Panicum turgidum, Heliotropium strigosum, Cedera latifolia, Tephrosia uniflora, Leptadenia pyrotechnica, Fagonia schwinfurti, Commiphora whitei and Prosopis cineraria. Due to high wind velocity in gravelly plains, the soil shifting is observed. Commiphora whitei, Corbiconia decumbens, Lazuarus syndicus. A view of Akal Fossil Park in Desert National Park. Prosopis cineraria is the keystone species desert ecosystem in the area. Some other species are Acacia senegal. The seed of this species is used as a vegetable with Capparis decidua and Prosopis cineraria, locally known as Panchkuta sabzi. The gravel area of the desert is dominated by Euphorbia cordifolia, Leptadenia pyrotechnica, and Salvadora oleoides. Euphorbia cordifolia is used in fencing and its tender leaves are used to cure wounds. It nurtures the desert habitat and gives support to other herbs as it maintains the humidity in its surrounding. Cleome scaposa, Capparis decidua, Gigifus mauritiana, dominant grass species Lazuarus indicus, Tribulus pentandus, Tephrosia purpurea, Molugo serviana, Tribulus pentandus, Tephrosia purpurea, a view of Haloxylon silicornicum, Tribulus terrestris, Indigofera cordifolia, Eleusine compressa, Arva javanica, Cyperus atkinsoni, Cenchrus biflorus, Cenchrus ciliaris, also has various seasonal rivulets in which ephemerals complete their life cycle within a very short period. Some species also grow near the bank of rivulets like Tecomella undulata. This species is also known as Marwar teak. Tamarix ericoides. The desert is flourished by the wetlands formed due to occasional heavy rainfall, which leads to flood-like situation. Because of the presence of limestone, the water cannot percolate. Many villages also have their own ponds, locally known as khadin. In such type of habitats, aquatic marshy plant species usually grow. Some species that grow in this habitat are Crisa critica, species of Portulaca, Besides, the desert has great faunal diversity. Various species of snakes, lizards, avian fauna are also found here. In desert ecosystem, food chain plays an important role in grassland. The flora and fauna together thus complete the food chain and food web of the desert ecosystem. The desert is also home of migratory birds. The Kitchen village, which is the main attractive site for tourists as the migratory birds visit during the winters. In past, the introduction of Indira Gandhi canals in this region plays an important role in agriculture, increased desert productivity, combating desertification. Due to canal introduction, cropping pattern in desert changes, and that is helpful for the increase in the socio-economic status and fulfill the water requirements in many desertic districts. A number of Himalayan elements are also introduced in the desert. The life of the desert itself is a challenge. The people are very hardworking and survive in very harsh conditions in remote desertic locations. Their main occupation is cattle rearing and agriculture. A number of nomadic tribes also reside here. Mud houses. The common artifacts are for rural livelihoods, usually made of Gigiphus mauritiana and Salvadora oleoides. The frame of the cart made of Tecomella undulata. The desert is the attraction for tourism, for its palaces, war memorials, sand dunes, and camel safari. Many tribal populations like Kalbelias are famous for their folk dances. Common threats to phytodiversity are overgrazing and overexploitation of natural resources. From floristic diversity point of view, the Indian Thar Desert, represented by 884 plant species, including one gymnosperm family, belonging to 300 genera. There are 23 species endemic to Rajasthan, out of which 18 species are confined to the Indian Thar Desert. Many conservation efforts are being carried out by the State Forest Department and many central research institutes, including the Botanical Survey of India. The Botanical Survey of India is responsible to explore the plant wealth of the region and is a custodian to keep all the plant records.